station. This is Houston. Are you ready for the event?
We are ready for the event.
Time for kids. This is Mission Control Houston. Please call station for a voice check.
Station, this is Time for Kids. How do you hear me?
We hear you okay. Not great. There's a little bit of an echo, and the volume's a little low, but I think we can work with this.
Hi, my name is Elizabeth, and my question's for Scott. What happens to the spacecraft after you dock with the space station?
Hi, Elizabeth. Well, we come up here on the Russian Soyuz, the spacecraft that you mentioned, and after we dock, it stays here with us. For most people, it stays with us the whole time we're here, so we can use it to come back in an emergency if required. We power it down, and so it's in this kind of a conservation mode. But since I've been up here a long time, we actually replaced ours after about 6 months. A new one came up, and then the old one went home.
Hi, my name is Mary, and my question is for Scott. How does a Fedo spend a year in space with a small group of people?
Good question. So even though I like these people, it would be good to have other people as well to go with them, because I think variety in life is important, and there are people on the ground that we miss, and our friends, our family, and it'd be nice to have them here too. But I understand that's not possible right now, at least.
Hi, my name is Sarah, and my question is for Chell. Is being in space just like a regular routine for you now, or does it still feel weird?
Hey, thank you. That's a great question. And it's one of the things that really surprised me about being up here, and I think it really speaks to how adaptable we are as humans. Floating is something that you never feel like you could get used to. But after you've been up here for a month and a half, it feels very natural. And so while it's a lot of fun to float, it becomes kind of almost like an everyday thing, and you really have to remind yourself sometimes how special it is to be able to float around, and also to be able to see the Earth from this perspective.
Hi, my name is Noah, and my question is for Scott. If you weren't an astronaut, what would you be?
So, Noah, I was in the United States Navy for 26 years, and I would probably still be in the Navy if I wasn't an astronaut. I retired a number of years ago, but I enjoyed my career in the Navy. I was a pilot in the Navy, and I think I'd probably, if I wasn't an astronaut, still be in the Navy right now.
Hi, my name is Evan, and my question is for Chell. Since urine is recycled, how weird does it feel to drink water on the ISS?
That's a great question. And, I think part of it is that we try not to think about it too much. But the fact of the matter is it's an incredible technology, and it's something that we hope that technology can be used back down on the Earth to create clean drinking water for a lot of people around the world that don't have access to clean water. And up here, frankly, the water tastes great. It's there's no taste to it. It tastes like fresh water, and so it's really nice to have that capability up here, because that way we don't have to ship water up on a cargo vehicle every time that we need some. We're able to pull water out of the air called condensate, and we're able to process our urine back into clean drinking water. And that's an important technology to have, when we think about going on to Mars. we're going to have technologies like that so that we don't have to bring everything that we need with us, that we're able to recycle and reuse a lot of those consumable materials in a long trip like that.
Hey, and to add to Chell's answer, so it's weird to drink our own urine, but what is weirder is to drink other people's urine, our crewmates.
Hi, my name is Alexa, and my question is for Scott. Does being in space affect how much food you need to eat?
I think so. I think you can actually, for whatever reason, eat more up here. It seems like maybe it's because of the exercise we do, and we do that every day. But I think I probably actually eat more calories here than I do on Earth, and I think other people have probably noticed the same thing. Perhaps there's some kind of other physiological reason behind that. The food here though is somewhat different than the food we eat on Earth. So maybe even though we're eating more calories, it's like better calories. Maybe they're a little bit more healthy for you, so it means we can eat more of them. I don't know for sure, but it does seem different.
Hi, my name is Sophia, and my question is for Chell. What is the most surprising thing that you've encountered during your journey in space?
Hey, Sophia, thanks for that question. I think one surprising thing to me is it goes back to that first question. And, when you think about living in space and getting to float and see the Earth, it seems like that is something that would just be constantly new and exciting. And like I said before, it's actually, I think one of the amazing things is that you kind of get used to that. You get used to being able to float around. It just kind of becomes normal up here. So that was surprising. One of the other things that was surprising, and really kind of one of the most breathtaking things that I have experienced up here, was getting to see the aurora, the southern lights from up here. And normally when there's solar activity and the aurora becomes active, you can kind of see it over the horizon of the Earth, at the Earth's atmosphere. But there have been a couple of times that it has just lit up the atmosphere below us, so that we're essentially flying through it, and just like ripples of green and purple below us, wiggling very quickly like a snake. Absolutely beautiful. It gave me goosebumps.
Hi, my name is Allison, and my question is for Scott. Can you describe how it feels once you're back on Earth after being in space with no gravity?
So, Allison, you're dizzy at first, and it depends on how long you've been up here too. When I flew on 2 shuttle missions that were much shorter, you were not as dizzy, and but you get over that, and after, like in my case, probably about a day, you're feeling pretty good, but you're also pretty sore and tired. My neck was really sore because up here, you really don't have to hold your head up. It's just kind of floating on your shoulders. So when you get home and gravity's pushing down in your head, your neck might hurt. Other joints might be painful for other reasons. You're tired because readjusting to gravity makes you tired. But it's something that we deal with, and people recover from at different rates in different ways. But the good news is we understand, a lot about this, and someday when we go to Mars, we'll be able to go from living in zero gravity to living in Martian gravity and be able to live and work in that environment as well.
Hi, my name is Sean, and my question is for Chell. Do you need to memorize all the buttons on the control panels, and how do you know what they do?
Sean, that's a great question. Well, I'll tell you what, we've got a lot of buttons up here. So I don't know what every single button does. Some of the equipment we don't use while we're up here. But there are some some activities that we do almost on a daily basis, and so we definitely know what those buttons do. We're very familiar with those. And for example, in the Soyuz spacecraft, in which we both flew up in, the stuff that we're responsible for, we become very familiar with it. And you don't really set out to memorize it, but just because we interact with it so frequently in the simulators and in flight, you have those memorized. More importantly, the training that we get on the ground. So we spend time in simulators and mock-ups of the space station, and we have a tremendous training team on the ground that helps us to train on the things that we need to do in response to an emergency, and the things that we do on a daily basis to conduct our experiments and do the maintenance up here. So we definitely know the things that we need to know to have a successful flight and successful mission.
Hi, my name is Dean, and my question is for Scott. What do you do with your free time in space, and how do you have fun?
So we don't have a whole lot of free time. We're busy working here and doing a lot of scientific experiments. We have over 400 experiments going on while I'm up here for this year. But in the free time we have, I like to look out at the Earth and take pictures of the Earth. But also, we watch movies at times, read books, talk on the phone to friends and family, email, things like that. So, and then also, we can do stuff like this, which is pretty fun too. And that's what we do in our free time.
Hi, my name is Olaf, and my question is for Chell. How long did you have to train to become an astronaut?
Great question, Olaf. So when we first joined the astronaut corps, we spent about 2.5 years just training on all the fundamental skills that we'll need to be able to fly in space. And once we're done with that, we become mission eligible. That is, that we can become assigned to an actual mission to fly. And then once I got assigned to a mission, I spent another 2.5 years training for the specific things that I would be doing during this mission that we're on right now. So all told, it was about 4 or 5 years of training to get up here to the space station. And like I said before, we have excellent trainers and excellent team supporting us on the ground to make us successful.
Hi, my name is Colin. My question is for Scott. What procedures are in place to clean the ISS, and do you take turns with the cleanup?
So, yeah, we have a procedure for just about everything, including cleaning. And when we clean, a lot of it involves vacuuming of the filters because we don't have gravity to push all the dirt down to the floor, so it has to be sucked into these air filters. And there's some right along here. Actually, there's something in this one. I'll just grab it out of here. See, so some of this stuff, this is a food package that probably got away from our table. But we'll vacuum these filters. We'll wipe the panels down with disinfectant wipes, and especially the stuff that we put our hands on a lot, like the handrails, the microphones, the computer keys, stuff like that. And, depending on the module, there are different procedures, but we share the cleaning responsibilities. The 3 crew members on the U.S. segment, we split the segment up into 3 parts. The Russians clean their part of the space station, and we do that on the weekend, kind of like how you might clean your house or your room. You might spend weekend time to do that. We do the same thing here.
My name is Isana, and my question is for Chell. What does it feel like to be so many miles away from any other life aside from crew members?
Well, it's a pretty amazing place to live and work, and so, but it's true. It's our crew of 6 up here, and occasionally we'll have crews that come up to visit, and so for a while there we had 9 people up here, which was pretty fun. But like Scott was saying, you know, we all get along great, but it would be nice to get to interact with other people. So I think you definitely get to the point where you're missing your family and missing your friends. And for me, that's the hardest part of this mission, is being away from my family for so long. But the privilege of getting to be up here on the space station, to get to work and live up here, to be able to see the Earth from this perspective, and to get to work on incredible science like we do, is a real treat, and it kind of makes up for having to be away from our friends and family for so long.
Hi, my name is Annika, and my question is for Scott. So, after going into space and seeing the Earth from above, how do you feel compared to the universe?
Well, the Earth and the space station is pretty small compared to the universe. I don't know that I have a different perspective on my spot in it as a result from flying in space, because the universe is so very big. You do get a little bit of a different perspective on the Earth being here, because there are certain things you can see from the space station and from space on the Earth that you really don't necessarily appreciate when you're standing on it. For instance, how thin and fragile the atmosphere is. We also are able to see pollution in certain parts of the world that is there almost all the time, and really affects our ability to see the cities that are below this pollution. So it definitely gives you a different perspective on Earth, but I'm not too sure, for me at least, it gives me any kind of different perspective on the universe.
Hi, my name is Dafina, and my question is for Chell. Is it hard to sleep in space?
I think that there are some people who have a hard time sleeping up here. For myself, I find it very comfortable. Some people need that sensation of having a bed behind their back and maybe a pillow under their neck. And so we all sleep in sleeping bags, and you can bungee your sleeping bag to the wall of your crew quarters and get that sense of pressure on your back. And for some people, that helps them to sleep better. I just have one cord tying my sleeping bag to the wall, just so that the sleeping bag doesn't fly away. And then I crawl into my sleeping bag, and I basically just kind of sleep floating in the middle of my crew quarters in the sleeping bag. And I kind of imagine that I'm sleeping on a cloud or something, and that's very comfortable.
Hi, my name is Haley, and my question is for Scott. You said you post photos on social media and watch movies. How do you get internet connection?
So the space station has an ability to communicate with the ground. For instance, right now when we're talking to you, this goes from the signal's going from a satellite dish that's on the space station to a satellite dish that's much, to a satellite that's much further away from the Earth in geosynchronous or stationary orbit, essentially over a spot on the Earth, and then that signal is transmitted back to the Earth to a satellite dish, and who knows, it may be transmitted back to another satellite before it gets to you guys, maybe multiple times. So the internet goes over the same transmission path as our voice does, and it gives us the capability to connect to the internet on the ground. And it's not the fastest thing, but it's usable.
Hi, my name is Neil, and my question is for Chell. Are there times when you really miss being on Earth? And if so, can you please describe a specific moment? Thank you.
Yeah, and so there, I described before that for me, for this for this expedition, the hardest thing for me is really being away from my family and friends, and so I think that there are definitely times that you miss being on the ground. I've been up here for all of my kids' birthdays and for my wife's birthday, and And there are times that you'd like to be able to gather together with your friends and family, and so I think we miss those opportunities. But we also enjoy being up here and getting to share this experience with our family and friends through pictures and phone calls and email. And so, those kind of offset a little bit, but and technology is terrific for that. We have the ability to call family and friends using our Internet Protocol phone, and we have a video conference once a week, and so technology has certainly helped us to bridge that gap a little bit.
Hi, my name is Eric, and my question is for Scott. Of all the freeze-dried foods that you eat, which tastes best and which do you enjoy most?
Tough question. I think I would probably I really like the granola. It's like breakfast granola. So I think that would also I think that one tastes the best, which makes it the one I enjoy the most.
My favorite is the strawberries, the dehydrated strawberries.
We just want to say thank you so much for speaking with us today. Let's give them a round of applause.
Station, this is Houston ACR. That concludes the event. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Time for Kids. Station, we are now resuming operational audio communications.